everyone, and welcome to another episode of Life as an Aspie with me, Natalie Sherlock. So, welcome back to day 2 of the Happy Neurodivergent Week series. So, I am, if you didn't see yesterday's video, go check that out. But if you did, then welcome back. This is day 2 of my celebration of Neurodiversity Week. So yesterday we were talking about what autism and ADHD are, and I did miss out a couple of things that I just wanted to add in, particularly about ADHD. So a lot of people with ADHD struggle with what they call executive dysfunction, which is basically when your brain isn't braining. So you can have trouble with basic tasks like using appliances or whatever it is. I'll give you a prime example. Mum was away once and she left a potato for me in the freezer, jacket potato, put it in the oven, turned it on, and waited, and then came back to it, and it was still frozen. And I thought, what? So I waited another hour, and then realised I didn't set the temperature on the oven. So I eventually cooked the potato successfully, but it was just one of those moments. Another thing is ruminating. So if something bad, or if we have like a negative thing happen, we ruminate. So we think over and over again about it. We're constantly we kind of can't move on from it. I mean, we do eventually, but and sometimes, I mean, it stays in our brain. And sometimes, like years later, we remember, oh my God, that happened. That was awful. But when it may not have actually been that bad, but it's just like a thing that that we do. So another one that I wanted to say, particularly with children, is like the inability to stay still, and it can be irritating for teachers, and they're always trying to say, sit in your seats, sit down. But for the person with ADHD, sitting still is really, really hard, because people with ADHD need constant stimulation and constant like an uninteresting task is really difficult to. I mean, it doesn't provide that dopamine fix that we need. So it's like almost impossible for us to do it. Even when I can sit still, but when I do, I'm usually tapping my foot or doing something that's stimulating. But I feel really sorry for my student, because they're always like, stay in your seat, get back in your seat, and I have to tell him to stay in his seat as well. And I mean, I kind of feel a bit bad for saying, sit down. But like, we just need to like relax. Another really good one is I say good one, a really interesting one is something called ADHD paralysis, or task paralysis, where your brain is screaming at you to do a task, but another part of your brain is literally not letting you do the task. So the best way I've heard it described is like someone standing next to a hob in their kitchen, like an electric hob, and they said, well, put your hand on it, and however much you try to put your hand on it, your brain won't let you, because your brain knows that it will hurt and it will try to protect you. That's what ADHD paralysis is like. So you know you've got to do something, but you can't, your brain physically won't let you do it. And that's really tricky, especially, I mean, we all have to do tasks. We've all got stuff to do each day. In school, it's really hard, because if you don't do what you've been asked to do, then you get into trouble, and it's just, oh. But, yeah, so those were the main points about ADHD that I was going to make, unless there was anything else. But I think it's also important to be understood, because when I was growing up, I had no idea why I was different, because I wasn't diagnosed until I was 18. So I went through my whole school life without knowing why I was not like everyone else around me. And I mean, I've explained this before, but like, to those of that have just discovered this channel, my things, I found a program as a sitcom called The British Empire. Few of the older viewers might remember it. It was in the 90s. It had Chris Barry in it, who you may remember from another sitcom, Red Dwarf. Anyway, he played a leisure centre manager, and he was very clearly autistic, and although it wasn't actually said in the show, but the writer has actually confirmed it. So, you know, yeah, go Gordon, because Gordon was, like, obviously not the writer's name, but the character that Chris Barry played. Anyway, when I saw that, I was so, like, it blew my mind, because, like, I finally had someone that I could understand completely. And I think Mum wrote a letter to him, and he sent a signed photograph, although it was very late. Like, the post office obviously didn't do a very good job at mailing it, because it came 6 months after she ordered it, because I got it like at Christmas time, and it was it said happy birthday, but oh bless. But he was really sweet. He wrote the this message on the back of the photo, lovely message, and that was really awesome. And that's why we need representation of autistic people on the television, and we want accurate representation of us on the television. And not only we want autistic characters played by autistic people. We don't want to be portrayed by a neurotypical. Like, I mean, there's all of these things, you know. It's unacceptable for someone of a different, like, ethnicity to play someone of a different ethnicity. That's unacceptable. So it should also be unacceptable for a neurotypical to play an autistic person, because, like, why should it be any different for us? So, I mean, one thing is bad, that's also bad, is what I'm saying. But I think it's really important to have more. That's what I want to see. I want more neurodivergent representation on the television. And you got some of the soap operas. Coronation Street, of course. There's Sam in Coronation Street, Nick's son. If you don't watch it, then you won't know what I'm talking about. But there's a boy in the soap opera Coronation Street who's autistic, and I don't know about the actor. I don't know whether he's actually neurotypical playing an autistic person, or whether he's actually neurodivergent himself. But yeah, I'm yet to find out. But I think it's really awesome that they've got a neurodivergent character in soap opera. But also, on the other hand, like, he's a male character. I'd like to see some female neurodivergent representation. I'd like to see, like, an adult female autistic / ADHD person on the telly. That's what I want to see. Because it's so important to have representation, because it's like me, I didn't understand. It was like being the only way I can think to describe it is like when someone is born in a different country and moves to another country. It's like you're looking around thinking, I don't understand anything that's going on. Like, it's really difficult. It's and obviously our world isn't built for neurodivergent people, because we are the minority, because, like, most people are neurotypical. So it's very difficult to live in a neurotypical world when you're neurodivergent. And yeah, so those are some of the struggles. I think this video is probably going to be a little bit shorter than yesterday's, mainly because I just wanted to share those little insights, and also because it took ages to convert, so I edit my videos on a software called InShot, not One Shot. I always get that wrong. InShot. And it, like, after I edit it, I convert it. You press the button and it converts it and saves it to your phone so I can upload it. But unfortunately, it decided to take ages and ages and ages, like literally over an hour, to upload, to convert. And then I uploaded it to YouTube, where it took, actually, to be fair, it was quite quick. But that's why I want to short a video today, because I thought that it would be easier for the thing to upload, and I won't have to delete so much stuff in order to convert it, because I have to delete stuff to convert the videos, which is really annoying, but there you are. Anyway, I will love you and leave you until tomorrow. Goodbye, God bless, and continue being awesome.